What is up, Deadly Saints Nation? It is your Omega Saint, Firestar. Bang! Welcome to another episode of the Deadly Saints podcast, and this is our official TLC 2018 review. If you guys can't see me, I apologize about that. And if you're wondering why it's only Kim and I, well, let's just say there was a drinking game for TLC, and well, we're the only ones that won that.
Yep.
Considering we're the ones that are, well, still awake and still pretty much normal. Corbin passed out. Dark Angel out. She's out of it. She passed out. So, what are we going to do? I wondered and I contemplated as I tried to type in the info while trying to find a good spot to sit in my room to do this podcast. Well, now that I got it going on, I was able to start this. So if you guys got the announcement earlier and you're still with us, well, hopefully you're here. And to the others, as well as anybody else that may not catch it live, I'm sure you'll catch it in post-production. But guess what? You guys know the drill by now. New to the channel, what do?
Watch it live and subscribe.
That's right. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. Join the Deadly Saints Nation today for more podcasts, more gameplays, and all that good mumbo jumbo that we like to do. All that. And if you want to support this small channel until YouTube deems us worthy of that good old monetization ad revenue and whatnot, then please consider donating to the Patreon. Rewards are in works, so patient, PayPal, or Streamlabs. Or if you would like to get yourself some official Omega Saint merchandise, some official Firestar Heart merchandise, that's right. Go to teespring.com/stores. Get yourself something nice for Christmas. And podcast stuff coming soon, I promise you. Even if it doesn't happen in Christmas, I will apologize about that humbly in advance, just in case it doesn't happen. But you guys will be able to get something like that somewhere down the line once I figure out what the hell is wrong with the Teespring stuff or what exactly I gotta do. And I think it's pretty easy. It just accumulates me being able to go in and do it. So, with that out of the way, I think we got everything there. Besides the fact that you can follow me on Twitter at FirestarHeart. Follow Miss Hyde over here on Twitter at Moser Kimberly. You can follow Corbin at Andrew WWE 97 and Dark Angel, of course, at Darkfire Angel 95, and the rest of the Saints Nation. All that good stuff is also in the description box below. Everything you need, check that description box. Stress that enough. Now, TLC 2018. I've heard a lot of things, a lot of reports, a lot of people saying that this could be the main roster pay-per-view of the year. Well, I think the main question was, did that live up to the hype? I'm going to go with not so much. Just fell a little bit short. And by the way, folks, tonight, because Dark Angel kind of sort of stole my t-shirt, otherwise I'd let you guys know I made a Saint shirt. If you guys remember the old PlayStation 2 classic, The Bouncer, I am paying a little homage to one Sion Barzad by just wearing a hoodie, no shirt. Yeah, that's right, no shirt. Just wearing a hoodie, kind of like half zipped, because that's still hip in 2018. Trust me, I know. That game should have gotten a sequel, folks. And, well, I mean, could disagree with me. And then I would have to point you out as to why you're wrong, because that game was pretty damn good, very underrated, in my honest opinion. Could have used a sequel to really kind of drive the point home and capitalize off of the max potential that the game had, but nonetheless. TLC 2018. Was it as strong as people brought it up to be? Not quite. But I still gave the show an overall grade of a B-. I was still thoroughly entertained throughout, and it might have been because I was drinking a beer and it might have helped a little bit. But I found some of the stuff to be okay and passable for the most part. So let's get right to it. Now, I predicted in the Cruiserweight Championship match. Guess what? That got posted up on the kickoff show. Now, do you think that was a mistake on WWE's part? Because I actually do think that was the case. I think it was a mistake.
Well, I didn't really get to make my predictions, considering that I left the predictions one pretty early.
Right.
So, but as you were saying earlier, it did fall just slightly short of being exactly what they said it would be.
Yes. Well, we'll figure out. We'll if we decide to do one, we might dissect the main roster pay-per-view stuff and the NXT stuff, and we'll determine what each side had the best show of 2018, and then the best from each side. So the best overall, no doubt, is probably going to NXT. That's probably certain as far as WWE goes. And then you got which of each brand was the best show out of each one. And if NXT is going to win, then probably the best overall show is going to be what the best NXT show was, because that would just make sense. But that's if we do one, folks. Don't hold me to that on whether or not we'll get a chance to do that. So, Cruiserweight Championship match. I predicted Buddy Murphy to retain over Cedric Alexander, and he did. Match was great. It got a B from me.
Yep. I would agree.
Agree?
Yeah.
All right. Well, now the ladder match between Elias and Bobby Lashley, it kind of sort of dropped points with me a little bit there, because after going back and kind of replaying it throughout my head as to how it went, it didn't really live up to it, and it was a good thing it was on the kickoff. That way we could go ahead and get it out of the way, because it was just it was kind of sort of an equivalent to a guitar on a pole match, except it was a guitar strapped up like it would be in a ladder match. So it was a ladder match. It was a ladder guitar match, as I call it. So a guitar on a ladder match, essentially. Anyway, Elias technically won because he got the guitar, but ended up in a post-match assault. Leo Rush was able to hit a low-down. That was a low-down style frog splash, people. Do not argue with me on that. That was a style frog splash. And it enabled Bobby Lashley to hit Elias with the guitar. It went from a B to a C plus for me. So, decent.
It went more from like a B minus to a C minus.
Okay. Well, right in the middle then. So, still a C. Then we opened up the main show with the Mixed Match Challenge Finals, where the winners get the number 30 spot in their respective 2019 Royal Rumbles. Well, the team I wanted to win won. Thank God for that. R-Truth and Carmella. And a little dance break joint.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't nothing to write home about. No Jinder Mahal match is going to be fun. Maybe if he went on to the Indies and was able to showcase more of himself, maybe that would change. But
yeah,
either way, R-Truth is still a decent performer, and the match was decent in and of itself, so C plus. Maybe I'm just being really nice to the main roster for Christmas. I don't know. Excuse me there, folks. Then the next match here, I can actually read all this from the description box as I keep an eye on the live chat for you guys. So if anybody decides to post up in that live chat, hello in advance if you're watching. And if not, excuse me, share the video. Surprised I didn't get none of Del X-Man's viewers considering I blatantly pointed out that I was doing this. But anyway, shout out to Del X-Man. I just came from his live review. So that was another reason why we're on at 1 a.m. Besides the fact that I had to finish typing up the description before we went live, and the fact that I was holding out hope that Corbin might wake up from his alcoholic coma.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Oh no, they're both lost cause. I don't even know how to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Dark Angel's literally just sprawled out right in the middle of it. I might be staying up tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Which means I can get some work done, so I guess either way. Then we go right into another tag team match. Odd, isn't it? This time it was a tag team triple threat match for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship. The Bar retained, but the match in itself I thought was pretty amazing. I rated it. And did you see, if you got a chance, hopefully you got a chance to actually watch the show, but the Usos, dude, hosted a super kick party. Now, I know a super kick these days, a lot of WWE superstars tend to use it. Hell, I use it. It's called Saints Trigger. And, you know, I'm guilty of using it as well. But there's just something about doing it multiple times to multiple people that just gets me going. And the Usos did just that. You get a super kick. You get a super kick. You get one. You get one. It was like Oprah dishing out prizes to people. It was an awesome spot. But in the end, at the end of the day, Sheamus catches Xavier Woods with a nice comeback bro kick. That's right. Xavier Woods goes to rebound into the ring for that little DDT that he does, and Sheamus caught him midair of a bro kick. So that if they were going to retain, that was a good way to end it. Now, any insight to put on that before we get on to our next match? We might be out of here fast, folks.
Not really. I mean, I just want to say that bro kicks they're very, very good. They're irresistible, and you can't just let them go unmentioned. And that's all.
You know, funny thing, I actually use a bro kick myself, and it's called the heart attack of all things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get that.
I did not come up with the name. Ironically, I never even really thought about using a bro kick until somebody said, "We could use that. You could use that and name it the heart attack." Well, I'll give it a shot. See if it catches on. It caught on, so
there you go.
I do regularly throughout the match, so it's not a match ender or anything, but it does hurt when I use it. Now, the next match was a TLC match with Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. I question why this even needed to be a TLC match at all. What is up, Team Skyway? Don't know why no Cena tomorrow night. I don't think he's showing back up until like the Christmas episodes because I think he is legitimately advertised for them. So John Cena may be back in time for those Christmas episodes of Raw and SmackDown. I don't know yet. But he is also scheduled for New Year's, from what I heard, unless things have changed. I know one thing that's not going to change, and Cena said it himself, was his hair.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess it needed to have some sort of stipulation so that the people that came out to help Braun Strowman in this match, I'll list them out right now: Finn Balor, Apollo Crews, Raw Tag Team Champions Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, Heath Slater, took off his referee shirt and Kurt Angle. I guess they needed some sort of stipulation so Heath Slater technically didn't have to call a DQ whenever they started blasting Baron Corbin with chairs for Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
All in the same breath, if Heath Slater was just going to screw over Baron Corbin anyway for the greater good, why did it need to have a stipulation in the first place? Because then Heath Slater wasn't going to call DQ. He was just going to be loose with them, with the rules. I don't know. That's just a whole big ball of confusion right there. But the bottom line is it allows Strowman to just simply not do anything physically and go in there and put his foot on Baron Corbin's chest for a 1, 2, 3, counted by Heath Slater. Folks, Braun Strowman wins. Can't really call it a match, so it's a dud. But overall, I mean, like, the segment was a B. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, the whole way he did it was, like, totally badass.
Yeah. I mean, despite, the Smack, Slay, Mary, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, and Sasha. The Finn and AJ switch shows. AJ might have actually run his course. Now, I'll get to AJ here in a bit, but I think Finn would actually do better off on SmackDown. But AJ's coming up, so I will answer your question about AJ here in a moment. But just to give you like a quick rundown, actually, yes, that would not be bad. But I'll go into detail why when I get to AJ Styles' match. So with that being said, make what you will of that. Overall, the segment, got a B from me. Match got a dud. So kind of do your own math, average out what grade you think that is. Same station. Tables match was next. Natalya and Ruby Riott, and they surprised me on this one. It turned out to be really, really good.
Yeah, so, that gets A+ from me.
A+ from you. Okay, respectable. You are female and advent about the women's competition.
Yeah. So
I respect that coming from you, but coming from a guy who just pays attention to the wrestling in general, it was a B- for me. So I guess overall we can average that out into like a B+. Anyway, it was a good match. Natalya prevented herself from going through her father's table, which like I said in the predictions episode, I predicted Natalya anyway, just because I'm a Hart guy and I like Natalya, and pretty much that. And plus, I did not really have any favor of Natalya going through her father. I really don't think WWE needs to try and expose deaths for storylines, but we know by now that WWE really has no conscience when it comes to those things. So, what can you do? Your next match was Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Good match, great match. I gave it a B+. I was happy. But it was thanks to Dolph Ziggler. And I didn't notice that until like after the bell had rung, and then I saw Dolph Ziggler up there. I'm like, oh hell, Dolph Ziggler done did something, because I was like tweeting about the show or something like that, and that didn't catch my eye.
That match probably I would give it more like a C or a low B, because of the whole, like, sweet baby Jesus getting his leg just about broke.
Right.
I mean, because it was a good match. I will say that.
Right.
I just give it like a B-.
B-. That definitely that works. It works for sure. All right. Let's see. We got favorite rock movie. My favorite Rock movie. Oh, that's a good question. Smash, Marry, Kill. I don't really play those. Let me see. I don't know. I really don't know that the question. Okay. Sweet, we got a new subscriber. Thank you to Peter Hansen who just subscribed to us. Stay awesome, dude. Welcome. All right. I guess I can give some answers to these. Slay Sasha. Not really much on Sasha. Smash Charlotte. Marry Becky. Ow. Damn. Marry Ronda Rousey because I think she'd kill me if I tried to kill her. I guess smash Nikki Bella and kill Brandy Rhodes. But then again, I wouldn't want Cody Rhodes mad at me. I don't know. That one's a toughie.
Yeah.
And I don't really play those games, so because I'm happily taken. So I don't smash, kill, or marry anybody because I'm happily taken. My favorite Rock movie. Rampage was pretty good. But that's too recent, I think, to be considered a favorite. Loved his Scorpion King stuff. Walking Tall was good. Oh my god. The Fast and Furious movies that have a minute, they're also really, really good. And I think that's Rock. Those are probably considered Rock's breakout films because that was like when he started, like, full time movie maker. How's it going, Shane's Vlogs? What's up, Connor Isakoff? So favorite Rock movie, maybe from the Fast and Furious series, maybe.
Yeah, mine would be.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, mine's Fast and Furious or Jumanji, the new Jumanji movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot he said that. Rock's done a lot of great movies. Let's just put it out there. Will WWE ever put their movies on the network? I could see it happening sometime down the line, maybe. Best WWE match of 2018, if that counts in it. Excuse me. If that counts NXT, it's gonna go to one of those takeover matches. Excuse me. I have to stretch out my legs. Okay. So, favorite Jason Statham movie? Death Race? Maybe? I think he's in one of them. If not, then that one where he's like on the adrenaline for the whole movie. Why isn't ECW Born to Be Weird? I don't know. Best WWE, yeah. Anyways, before we get too sidetracked, folks with chat, I wish I had Super Chat available for you guys. Unfortunately, I do not have that way of donation available until after, I guess, I hit a certain mark on YouTube. So if you guys want to donate, be sure to do it through PayPal, Streamlabs, or Patreon, whatever you feel the most comfortable with. So we did the tables match, right? Yes. We did Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre. The next match was the chairs match between Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. And was it just me, or did this match seem a little eh?
Yeah. It wasn't as good as it could have been.
It wasn't good. It wasn't great. It was just a match. It was decent. Yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was the match.
Yeah.
If a match could cut a promo, it would say, I'm not a good match, not a bad match, I'm the match.
Yeah. This is like a match.
Anyways, C+ on that. Rey Mysterio got the win, by the way, on that. Natalya won her tables match by slamming Ruby Riott, ironically, through her own table and managed to single-handedly take out the entire Riot Squad throughout the match. So that was actually very impressive on Natalia's part. I feel like I could bump that up a couple notches for that.
Yep.
How about Ronda Rousey carrying Nia Jax to an actually passable good match?
That is pretty impressive. I like the fact that Ronda Rousey pulled through that when Jax is a lot. She's like probably like half times bigger than her. So Ronda Rousey's like half the size of Jax, and it's right. I think that's kind of cool that how they can carry people who are like 2 times their size.
Right. Answer a couple more questions right here that just came up. Congratulations, Shane. Shane's vlogs on your 171. Keep it going. Keep going. Don't stop the grind. Eventually, you'll get to where you want to be, which I believe we'll get to where we want to be eventually, which all we want to get to right now is 1,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Share the video with your friends. Get them to subscribe too. We'll get up there faster. Now, the other question that followed this, will The Miz ever get the world title again? I would say maybe yeah. I think he would. I think he will. And if he doesn't within the next couple years, then we'll come back and re-answer that question with a no. Good job, Shane. And you'll get to 200. You'll get to 200. You're not far off. We're at like probably 227, 228, somewhere along in there. We would love to reach at least 230, 250, maybe if that's possible, by New Year's. 300 would be really nice, but I don't want to stretch it too far. Little small milestones, just to say. Okay, so Ronda Rousey picked up the win over Nia Jax. Yes, first and foremost, I would have not loved this as much had Nia Jax won. She does not need to be nowhere near that women's title, in my honest opinion.
Not really.
But Ronda did make Nia step up her game, so I do commend her in that retrospective. And she took her arm. So, nice job, Ronda Rousey. I love how she dead-eyed Tamina when she did it at the end. Great stuff.
Yeah, and she's kind of like, this is for you.
Yes, exactly. Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, what more do you want? Awesome match, A-. Daniel Bryan retained with roll-up for the win.
Yeah, I'd give that a B.
Small package. Yeah. It was like good to great.
Yeah.
But I rated an awesome A- for that. I think that was pretty fair as well. Like I said, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not gonna,
yeah.
I'm not gonna just automatically go, oh, I'm a little bit nicer. But also, everybody thinks differently. So if you're entertained by something and somebody else wasn't quite entertained by it, then, that's on y'all to hash it out. Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for WWE Intercontinental Championship. We have a new Intercontinental Champion. That's Dean Ambrose. But, the match I thought was good. The crowd, I want to say it was because they were worn out, and the fact that this match didn't really get any proper stipulations might have just got them less invested. But this match really suffered from crowd syndrome.
Exactly.
I heard boring chants throughout. That's not a good sign.
Nope.
But my guess.
Then again, also it could be because they were once part of the Shield, and the Shield was very loved, and now they're not.
Think about it this way too. They followed Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, and Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So they had they had one really tough match to follow, and one that Nia Jax managed to get the crowd, or that not Nia Jax, but Ronda Rousey managed to get the crowd out of the hole on. So chances are there's just some slight crowd fatigue there, and they want to save themselves for Becky, Charlotte, and Asuka. But match I thought was good, B-, fairly solid. Before we get to our main event, let's check out the chat again. Best commentary team ever. Oh my goodness. What show is Lars Sullivan going to end up on? Let me answer that. I hope he goes to SmackDown because we already got Braun Strowman on Raw. We don't need another monster. And if Lars Sullivan ends up on Raw, he's just going to get Lars lost in the shuffle. I almost say he's going to get Lars in the shuffle. Ha ha ha. What a play on. But no, Lars better go to SmackDown. And also, well, everybody reported it, and so did we when all that stuff broke out about Lars. I don't really think that's real because of the odd coincidences and the speed and rate of which those stories broke up. It really just made me believe somebody was trying really hard. Lars in trouble. I don't think it worked, so maybe all of that was proven false. Best commentary team ever. Definitely gotta include Jim Ross in there. Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler. I'm not sure if they ever commentated with Taz on a show, but that was a really good commentary team. If they had ever teamed with, I think they teamed with Taz at least once. Anyway, those three were like the best for WWE. Do I think Braun Strowman will beat Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble? Well, considering what they did tonight with Braun Strowman, it's hard to tell if he's even going to be medically cleared by the time Royal Rumble comes. If he is, I hope so, because Braun really needs it at this point, because he's already challenged for it at least a handful of times and has not succeeded at all. So if he challenges for it again, especially within the span of his challenges, they've been fairly frequent between each match and opportunity he's had, at least just like nothing more than a couple of months or so. So Braun Strowman needs to win it if he faces Brock at Royal Rumble. And if not, then they just need to start over with Braun or send him to SmackDown.
Right.
And then, in which case, if you send Braun to SmackDown, then you can bring Lars over to Raw and let Lars around, I guess. I'm not really that big of a fan on Lars, but, I mean, he's all right for a big man, I suppose. He's not the worst. No one is beating Brock, okay. We got a power rank top 5 superstars after tonight. Number 1, Daniel Bryan. Number 2, Dean Ambrose. Number 3, Asuka. No. Number 3, Ronda Rousey, actually, because she helped Asuka win. Number 4, Asuka. And number 5, we'll give it to the Bar.
Okay.
Power rank top 5. Dean really needs Renee Young. Renee Young would make a great valet for him. Why hasn't this been a thing already? I'm wondering that. really thought the main event was a very stiff fight. Um, Here's the thing about women and things breaking in WWE. It just doesn't work. Those tables are too strong for their bodies. They have to do like a mega move to get a table to break. Like Natalya, I saw in a live event where Natalya was going to put, I think it was Sarah Logan through a table,
Yep.
right? And she power bombs her. Table doesn't break. So Natalya, she quickly. So credit to Natalya for this. Kudos to her for this decision. Because Ember Moon's sitting back like, uh-oh, table didn't break. Bayley's like, starts just rallying the crowd. Natalya's like, straightens out Logan, climbs the top rope, does a splash, and then the table breaks. So, kudos to Natalya for thinking on her feet.
Exactly.
But still, that's just going by saying. Now, this is not me saying women can't have like hardcore matches or any of that. No. But for God's sakes, help them get their tables broken easier.
Right. I mean, it's like
they're not 200+ pound males that can get power bombed through a table and it break. They're like 130, 160.
Yeah, they're
except for Nia Jax, but nobody's power bombing her through a table. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like they weigh
table and break it.
Yeah, it's like they weigh enough to get by in WWE, but yet they don't weigh enough to break the table.
Yes, right. Do you think Charlotte was paying homage to Sandman with the Rolling Rock? I'm sure she was, and that looked painful as well. If WWE were to have a workout show, who should host? Bring Scott Steiner back for
it. Yeah.
And if you guys get that in the comment section, laugh because that's funny. You're all right. Welcome to Freakzilla's gym. I work out them quads. Come over here, ladies. You see these fine women over here? They're my freaks.
There you go.
Shut up, Ned. I hear you snickering behind that camera. Oh, Scott Steiner. I laugh every time I listen to him talk. But, I will say this. The older Scott's gotten, the calmer he's gotten on the mic. I don't hear him go off nearly as much. I still love the good old classic "Shut Up, Ned." Redneck truck, you're a dump. I still love that. I still love that subtitled promo. It's sarcastically subtitled, but it makes it even more hilarious. And then the one where he calls the Dudleys fat asses, like every other word in that one promo, and Rick's just kind of looking at him like, yeah. He's just kind of like clueless, and he just can't do nothing but stand there and nod like that No Mercy video game. Scott Steiner is just a funny dude on a mic. Give me a fucking mic. There you go. Well, give me more of this fucking match. Give me more of this fucking main event match. And hey, Blue Chew, if you check out this video, feel free to, consider sponsoring us, because let me tell you what, if you try Blue Chew, well, I don't think it's going to matter how drunk you are, because you're going to be ready to go in the bedroom. Guaranteed to boost performance, all that good stuff. If I had some on me, I'd take some right now. And, well, I wouldn't say that on there, but you would think I had just had a Blue Chew with my activities from before I went live. Okay. Guaranteed to have a 5-star wrestling match. That's how you book that. SmackDown Women's Championship TLC match. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Thanks to Ronda Rousey, we have a new women's champion. It is Asuka. I gave this match an epic A+. Those are my grades for the pay-per-view. Overall show grade to me was a B-. Fair show.
Yeah, I mean it was a pretty good show, but it wasn't as good as some of the other ones.
Oh boy. Okay. If WWE were to have a cooking show, who should be the host? Soup Chef Batista. Batista. Especially
AJ Cornette.
Since it's memed around the world that he's Soup Chef.
My vote's AJ Cornette.
Motherfucker. He's gonna kill us because we've taken that from him. We can do those we can do that voice just as good as he can. No,
yeah.
Has to stick with his other characters.
But it's funny.
I don't need you to tell me what's funny and what's not funny, god damn it.
Motherfucker.
Shut up, AJ. Oh shit, John.
Make me, motherfucker.
Nowhere. Cool. There was my other voice. There was the other voice. That's Harris Hero. And then Triple X, which I've been sounding more like a Triple X voice throughout the night because my voice is going in and out, but just slightly more raspier voice than me. Okay. That's Triple X, just slightly more raspier. Firestar.
Yeah.
Firestar after smoking a ton of weed. There you go. Yes, I'm an avid weed smoker. And I'm not ashamed to say that on YouTube. I'm Tommy John. Yeah. Well, actually, long hair. You could call me Tommy John. So, will Becky show up at Raw tomorrow night? A couple more questions, then we're going to have to get out of here, folks. Where I'm currently sitting, I am getting fairly uncomfortable. So, and considering we got done with what this podcast is mainly about, we'll have to get out here soon. So, a few more questions. Get them in. I say we're going to call this out in maybe about 3 minutes or so. So, get those questions in, and I will answer as many of them as I can before we head on out. So, will Becky show up at Raw tomorrow night? She might. She could very well show up. And considering what she did with Nia Jax earlier tonight, after her title match with Ronda Rousey, and then before Becky's, obviously, I wouldn't be surprised. But I also wouldn't hold WWE to it to follow through like that. I could see them definitely doing something where Becky addresses it on SmackDown. But hey, I'll be optimistic. I'll give you a yeah on that question. Boogeyman going into the Hall of Fame. That would be a very weird induction. And very, very much filled with worms. Favorite match of 2018. So there's so many, but it's not in WWE. In fact, it is in New Japan, and it is Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada, where Kenny Omega finally won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. That was my favorite match of 2018. When will we get some NXT call-ups? Sometime in 2019. We're not getting any right now. Probably anywhere between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, or between Royal Rumble to after WrestleMania. Will WWE ever rebook the Wyatt family? Never say never, but as of right now, I would say doubtful. If Charlotte were to reform the Four Horsewomen with new members, who would be in? good question. That is a good question. Well, I don't think there would be a reformation. I just think that the four horsemen will end up back together. Honestly, picks to win 2019 Royal Rumble. As far as males go, I have a couple of them. I would either say Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre to win the 2019 Royal Rumble men's side. For the women's side, I would say either Charlotte or Becky Lynch. Because you know they want to give Charlotte a Royal Rumble accolade. You know they want to give her a Royal Rumble win. And Becky, convince Save Raw tomorrow night. I haven't been as mean, but I've still been fairly mean on Raw. But I haven't been as mean as others. I've definitely criticized Raw. And it's not the talent, like Xavier Woods said a couple weeks ago. It's not that. No. It's creative. And we get that creative has a hard time writing 5 hours of TV every week. We get that. It's strenuous. But it's not impossible. Hey, peace out, Team Sky. Thanks for joining in the stream. You gotta, as far as it's just a matter of brain power, man. You gotta just use it. And that's gonna do it for all the questions. So, thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for the questions in the chat. Hopefully, I was interactive. I was able to interact with you guys enough. And hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. I also do gaming on this channel. I do gaming on Twitch, so follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. Firestar Heart. Every link for all that good stuff's in the description box below, so check them out. Give me a follow. At 100 Twitch followers, I'm doing my first ever 24 hours of Firestar stream. I will be streaming either one game straight or multiple games throughout 24 hours, throughout a 24-hour period over the course of a couple of days. So, 24 hours of Firestar at 100 Twitch followers. Let's get it done, folks. I'm looking forward to it. And I will be back on Twitch, hopefully at some point in the next week. I want to do it by Christmas. And I think I'm going to finally grow a pair. I think I'm going to finally grow a pair and try to stream on Twitch through the PC, through OBS Studio. So that will mean Super Mario Hack emulators, Super Mario World ROM hacks through ZSNES emulator. So yay! I'm also gonna have to go through and figure out what files are good and what files are bad, so I can take them off. But that's a day of memory cleaning, and that's just another update. Rock Band Customs update project seems like it might go well. I'm just looking at things, so stay tuned for that. I'll live stream it to YouTube. What do I think about the EC3 versus Undisputed Era feud? Like it. Glad EC3 has something to do. I'm looking forward to it. And yes, I know about Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black, but I prefer not to spoil it for those who don't read spoilers. But with that, folks, I think we're going to get out of here. Kimberly, anything you want to give to the Deadly Saints Nation before we log out?
I will be changing my Twitter, and I will get that to you, Phil, and then also you folks shortly. Probably next time we're on YouTube.
All right, well, that works. Now, we do not come on here to do Raw and SmackDown. We don't come on here like every night after wrestling. How I like to do it is weekend reviews. So like Raw, SmackDown. I like to knock it all out in one episode. So we'll see you guys when we are next live, whether it be on here doing a WWE weekend review or when I'm on Twitch doing a gaming thing, or I could be on YouTube doing a gaming thing, depending on what it is. If it's Rock Band career mode game playthrough, it's gonna be on YouTube because I can figure out how to at least bypass getting blocked. I can't get monetized worth a damn playing Rock Band because, well, I guess it's the music, but I keep reaching out for those record companies to just work with me. But when I do those types of streams, that's where the donations really come into play and help out. But we might actually see that when we start growing more as well. So who knows on that? That's a whole nother crock of beans. But if you guys love us, we thank you for your support, however you're able to do it. And I'm going to get out of here before I lose my voice anymore. So we'll see you guys on the next one, Deadly Saints Nation. I'm going to get back to work on deciphering the rest of these so the Rock Band 3 game doesn't freeze up when it's trying to load them. And we will see you guys next time right here, Deadly Saints World.
Yeah.
Goodbye, good night, and bang.